Long before Bill Gates and Bezos were billionaires, there was a handful of people who controlled the world's wealth to the world. Some of them were emperors or just businessmen who paved their way to becoming the richest worldwide and in history. And if their wealth is calculated in today's money, it will easily surpass the wealth of any richest person today. So here's a list of the top 10 richest people who ever existed in history. Make sure you watch the video till the end, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel. Let's start the video. Number 10. Cornelius Vanderbilt. Cornelius Vanderbilt is one of the most famous names in American history. He is a man who got his fortune through the business of building railroads and shipping lines during the 1800s. He was also the founder of Vanderbilt University, and his family name still carries much clout today. CNN anchor Anderson Cooper is even a part of the Vanderbilt family. During his prime, his wealth maxed at approximately $185 billion. But most of it accumulated later in life as he expanded his railroad empire after the Civil War. Number 9. Henry Ford. Henry Ford is a name who, even today, does not need any introduction. He was one of the major figures in the American history of the business. He was the founder of Ford Motor Company, and with his motoring business, he was able to put together a fortune of $200 billion. He made a remarkable progress in the motoring business and revolutionized the transportation industry. He was also a trailblazer in industry and business, instituting higher wages for his workers and developing the assembly line concept. His idea followed the manufacturers to produce goods with fewer overheads and made them available for the masses. Number 8. Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi is a person famous among many readers. He was the leader of Libya, a North African country, where he ruled for 42 years. He was a highly controversial and divisive political ruler. He is said to have controlled over a vast fortune of over $200 billion over the course of his reign. Gaddafi was famously overthrown in 2011 during the Libyan Civil War when he was dragged into the streets and killed by revolutionaries. Number 7. William the Conqueror. William the Conqueror was the first Norman ruler of England when he invaded England in 1066 and stayed at his position until 1087. He led the final successful invasion of England, becoming a monarch after setting out to depose one. He was also known as William the Bastard and is thought to have been a descendant of Viking invaders from the past. His background explains where he got his thing for invasion and ruling vast lands. His wealth has been estimated to be between $209 billion and $229 billion. Number 6. Jacob Fugger. Jacob Fugger was a rather unknown historical figure than many others in the world's wealthiest. He is nonetheless able to catch $220 billion through his merchant business and banking activities. He lived from 1459 until 1525. He was born and died in Augsburg, Germany. Fugger's fortune was made through textile trading in Italy and through the mining of silver and gold in Hungary and Bohemia. His enormous wealth enabled him to influence the politics of his time. He was the body behind funding the rise of Holy Roman Emperor Maximilian I, as well as bankrolling the Spanish King Charles V. Number 5. Mir Osman Ali Khan. Mir Osman Ali Khan was the last ruler of Hyderabad's royal state, the largest princely state in British India. He rose to the throne on the 29th of August 1911 when he was just 25 years old and ruled over the kingdom of Hyderabad between 1911 and 1948 until India seized it. He was styled as His Prestigious Highness, the Nizam of Hyderabad. He is also known as one of the wealthiest people of all time. He was a ruler who was inclined towards the idea of providing education to all and developing infrastructure in his reign. During his 37 years of rule, railways, electricity, and airports were developed along with several public institutes. In 1937, Time featured him on its cover as the world's richest person. His peak net worth topped at $230 billion. Number 4. Nikolai Alexandrovich Romanov. Nikolai Alexandrovich Romanov, known as Tsar Nicholas II, he was the last emperor of Russia, and after his reign, the country fell through the Russian Revolution. He and his family were executed in 1918. He was recognized as a saint by the Russian Orthodox Church. and to this day, he is known as one of the richest people in the world. His net worth is $300 billion, mostly came from the vast land and kingdom. Number 3. Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie was an incredibly powerful and wealthy industrialist. He came to prominence during the mid-1800s and became famous due to the steel industry. He was born in Scotland and came from an impoverished family that entered the United States in the late 1840s. After successfully investing in several businesses, Carnegie became the founder of U.S. Steel Corporation that earned him most of his $310 billion fortune. He is also known for giving away almost all of it and is remembered as one of the world's first philanthropists. Number 2. John D. Rockefeller. The name Rockefeller is deeply embedded in U.S. history. He was born in 1839 in New York and became famous over his lifetime as the co-founder of Standard Oil. He was one of the revolutionaries of the petroleum and energy industries. Today, he is known for his philanthropy activities as he founded 2 colleges in his lifetime, the University of Chicago and Rockefeller University, that stand still even today. He died in 1937 at the age of 97. He had earned a fortune of over $340 billion in his extended lifetime. Number 1. Mansa Musa. Far and away the richest man to ever walk the earth's face was Mansa Musa, or Musa I of Mali. He was the reigning emperor of the Mali Empire. Musa was born in 1280 and lived until 1337 as a devout Muslim. He constructed numerous educational institutes and mosques across Africa, Timbuktu. Considering the Musa's reign was so long ago, there are still varying reports about his death and his throne's resignation to his son. However, no one has been able to come even close to the amount of wealth Musa had earned in his lifetime. Musa commanded a massive fortune worth of $400 billion. That's worth more than 4 times the current richest person in the world. So here it is, guys, the 10 richest people who ever existed in the world. Can you think of anyone who ever had a fortune close to on this list? If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more. I will see you at the next one.